Looking to add a touch of green to your home? Ever wondered how to grow fresh herbs right in your kitchen? First is, why do we need to grow herbs at home? Let's start with the reasons to grow herbs right in your own home. Herbs not only add delicious flavors to your food, but they're also packed with health benefits. What's more, cultivating your own herbs can be an enjoyable and fulfilling pastime. Think of herbs as secret treasures in your kitchen. They can make a plain dish taste amazing. Imagine adding fresh basil to your pasta, mint to your tea, or rosemary to your roast. It's like having a little garden in your kitchen. Herbs are also known for their health benefits. For example, mint can soothe an upset stomach, basil helps with digestion, and rosemary can improve memory. They're not just for taste, they help you stay healthy. When you grow your own herbs, you're in charge of how they're grown. This means you can avoid using bad chemicals, which is safer for you and better for the environment. Next is choosing the right herbs. When it comes to picking herbs for your garden, some favorites are basil, parsley, rosemary, and thyme. These are not only easy to grow, but also versatile in cooking. Selecting herbs should reflect your taste and what you enjoy cooking. Love Italian food? Then basil and oregano are important. Prefer French cuisine? Thyme and rosemary are your go-tos. And if Asian dishes are your thing, lemongrass and coriander will be perfect. Basil is a go-to herb that's great in salads, pasta dishes, and sauces. Parsley, with its fresh taste, is perfect for garnishing and enhancing soups and stews. Rosemary is ideal for adding depth to roasted meats and veggies, and thyme complements poultry and fish beautifully. The key is to grow herbs that you'll actually use. Reflect on the meals you love and the flavors that excite you. This will help you decide which herbs to plant in your garden. Also, think about where your garden is and what it's like. Some herbs thrive in bright sunlight, others in the shade. Some like their soil moist and rich, while others prefer it dry. Knowing what each herb likes will help you grow them successfully. Another is starting from seeds versus transplants. You have two options to start your herb garden: seeds or transplants. Seeds are more budget-friendly and offer a greater variety, but they take more time and need more care. Transplants, however, can give you a quick start and are excellent for those just starting out in gardening. Beginning with seeds is quite fulfilling. You get to see the whole growth process, from a small seed to a thriving herb. Seeds are cheaper than transplants and available in many different types. This lets you grow special herbs that you might not find as transplants. But remember, seeds need your patience and close attention. They must have the right condition to start growing, and it could take a while for them to sprout. Transplants are little plants that have already started growing in a nursery. They cost a bit more, but they speed up your gardening. This is really useful if you're new to this, or if you're eager to see your garden grow quickly. Transplants are also tougher and more likely to grow well, because they've already made it through the fragile early stage. To sum it up, whether you choose seeds or transplants depends on what you prefer, how much gardening experience you have, and how much time and effort you're ready to put in. Both ways have their benefits and can lead to a fun and successful herb gardening adventure. Moving on is finding the perfect spot. Herbs flourish with lots of sunlight, so it's important to pick a place in your home that gets a good 6 hours of sunshine daily. If you're thinking of an indoor herb garden, a spot on a sunny windowsill would be just right. Sunlight is important for plants. It's what they use to grow and stay healthy. Herbs are particularly fond of sunlight because they come from places where the sun shines bright and warm. That's why choosing a sunny location is key for your herb garden to succeed. If you're planting herbs outside, look for an area that catches the gentle morning sunlight. The morning sun is soft and helps the plants make their food without burning them. Try to avoid spots that get too much hot afternoon sun, as it can be too strong and damage the leaves. Inside the house, a windowsill that faces south is the best because it sees the sun for most of the day. If you don't have a south-facing window, east or west-facing ones are also good options. Just make sure that whatever you place your herbs, they're getting their 6 hours of sun. Keep in mind every herb is different. Some, like basil and rosemary, really need a lot of sun, but others, such as parsley and mint, can handle a bit of shade. It's important to know what each type of herb prefers. Another one is choosing the right soil. Herbs thrive in soil that drains well. For growing herbs indoors, a mix that works well is 3 parts potting soil to 1 part coarse sand or perlite. It's important to be mindful of watering. Too much can lead to root rot, which is harmful to your plants. Soil acts as the home base for your herb garden, supplying all the important nutrients for your herbs to grow strong and healthy. That's why it's so important to pick the right type of soil. What herbs really like is soil that doesn't hold water for too long. This kind of soil lets water flow through quickly, so it doesn't sit around the roots and cause problems. If the roots stay too wet, they can rot, and that can kill your plants. For herbs inside your home, a good mix is to combine 3 parts of potting soil with 1 part of either coarse sand or perlite. The potting soil is full of good stuff for the plants and keeps moisture just right, while the sand or perlite makes sure the water doesn't stick around too long. A common mistake when growing herbs is giving them too much water. Yes, they need water to live, but not so much that the soil gets all soggy. A simple way to check if it's time to water is to feel the top inch of the soil. If it's dry, it's time to give your herbs a drink. Having the right soil and watering correctly are super important for a happy herb garden. With the perfect soil mix and smart watering, your herbs will be set up to grow beautifully. So mix your soil well, water just right, and enjoy watching your herbs flourish. Next is taking care of your herbs. Taking good care of your herb garden is important for it to flourish. This means you'll need to water, feed, trim, and pick your herbs regularly. It's important to know that each type of herb has its own specific needs, so doing a bit of research is a good idea. When it comes to looking after your herbs, there are a few key things to keep in mind. Watering is one of the most important. Remember what we talked about before? Don't overdo it with water. Give your herbs a drink when the top layer of soil is dry. It's actually better to not water enough than to water too much. Feeding your herbs is another crucial step. Choose a balanced, natural fertilizer to give them the nutrients they need. Be sure to follow the direction on the fertilizer's packaging so you don't give your plants too much, which could be harmful. Pruning or cutting back your herbs is also important. Doing this regularly helps your herbs grow fuller and stops them from getting too tall and thin. You can just pinch off the ends of the stems with your fingers or use gardening scissors. Picking your herbs is not only great for adding fresh flavors to your cooking, but it also encourages the plants to grow more. You can start picking most herbs once they've grown enough leaves to keep growing. The best time to pick is in the morning when the herb's natural oils are strongest. And lastly, fixing common problems. Even with the utmost attention and care, your herb garden might still face some challenges. Let's explore common issues such as pests, diseases, and other problems, and I'll provide you with some strategies to handle them effectively. Gardening is indeed a fulfilling endeavor, but it comes with its fair share of obstacles. Pests are one of the most frequent troubles you may come across. Creatures like aphids, slugs, caterpillars are a few culprits that can harm your herbs by munching on the leaves or draining the sap. To fight off these pests, consider using natural pesticides or bring in herbal bugs such as ladybugs, lacewings, which naturally feed on these unwanted guests. Diseases pose another threat to your garden. Fungal infections can leave unsightly spots on the foliage, and bacterial diseases might cause your plants to wilt. To keep diseases at bay, make sure your herbs are planted in an area with good airflow and be cautious not to overwater them. If you do spot an infected plant, it's wise to remove it promptly to stop the disease from spreading to healthy plants. Your herbs can also suffer from nutrient deficiencies. If you notice the leaves turning yellow, it could be a sign that they're lacking nitrogen. Leaves that take on a purple hue may be indicating a phosphorus deficiency. Feeding your herbs with a well-balanced organic fertilizer should help resolve these nutritional issues. Lastly, environmental conditions such as excessive sunlight or insufficient watering can lead to difficulties. Keep a close eye on your plants and adjust their care routine as necessary to ensure they're getting just what they need. And that's it for today's video on herbal gardening tips. Remember, the key to a successful herb garden is patience and care. So why not give it a try? You might just find that it's a rewarding and enjoyable hobby. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more gardening tips and tricks. See you in the next video.